Hello, my name is Greg Cole. The purpose of this short presentation is to talk about some of the key components found in a solar PV system and to show how grid-tied systems are different from off-grid ones. Let's start by looking at a grid-tied system. A grid-tied system is less complex than an off-grid one and is more commonly seen, since it has fewer components and is generally less expensive. For example, there are usually no batteries in grid-tied systems. In essence, the grid is your battery. Energy is created when the sun is shining. It is collected by the solar panels or modules, and then it flows to the inverter. The inverter converts the DC electricity into AC electricity, which then moves to the service panel and is used in your home or business. Any extra energy that is not used flows to the meter, it's measured, and then it goes out to the grid, where it is used by your neighbors. In Alberta, you receive a credit for the power you send to the grid. If you pay 5 cents per kilowatt hour, then you will receive 5 cents for each kilowatt hour produced. At night, when your modules are not producing power, any electricity needed is pulled from the grid. If there's a big storm and the grid goes down, your system will also go down and you will not be able to produce power, unless your system is equipped with an optional secure power supply. The secure power supply is designed to power a single outlet connected to the inverter. But of course, this only works during the day when the sun is shining. Grid-tied inverters were originally designed to shut down when the grid stopped supplying power. This was done to protect the safety of anyone working to repair the power lines. Now let's look at a typical off-grid system. Off-grid systems are more complex since the energy is stored and backup power is often incorporated into the system. There are a number of different configurations and designs. I'll provide one example here. Starting with the solar array. Energy is created and it flows from the array into a charge controller. The charge controller regulates the energy so that the battery is charged without causing damage. The energy then flows from the battery to the inverter, where the DC power is converted to AC power. From there, it goes to your service panel and is now available for your electrical devices. At night, when your modules are not producing power, any electricity needed is pulled from the battery. If the grid goes down, well, you're unaffected. However, what happens if a big storm blows in and there isn't enough sunlight to charge your batteries? Well, you're going to need some kind of backup power. There are many backup options. One common energy source used is gas generators. The generator kicks in when the low voltage disconnect within the inverter determines that the battery charge is getting low. The generator then generates AC electricity that flows to the service panel and also recharges the batteries. Wind and micro hydro are green options for backup power. Wind generators work well in conjunction with solar. You've probably noticed that when the sun disappears behind the storm clouds, it tends to get pretty windy. Nevertheless, the wind or water resource needs to be present, and in many cases, it's not available in sufficient amounts to act as a backup power supply. I hope this short presentation helps you to understand the key components found in many solar PV systems, and that it has also shown you how a grid-tied system is different from an off-grid system. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at the email address provided. Thank you.